Hello, and welcome to our journey to instructional improvement. The question we are asking today is, in what two areas do we need to see instructional improvement in our organization? These are the two elements from the Checklist for Inspired and Passionate Teaching from Visible Learning for Teachers by John Hattie that I feel are most important here to move us forward. Element 27 states, teachers are adaptive learning experts who know where students are on the continuum from novice to capable to proficient. When students are and are not learning, where to go next, and who can create a classroom climate to attain these learning goals. Element 33 states, teachers are aware of and aim to provide feedback relative to the three important feedback questions. Where am I going? How am I going there? And where to next? Why these elements? Element 27 explains that teachers need to be adaptive learning experts who use many effective strategies but also have a high level of flexibility. Adaptive experts know when students are not learning, where to go next, can adapt resources and strategies to help students meet learning intentions, can recreate or alter classroom climate to attain these learning goals. These teachers have high levels of empathy, know how to see learning through the eyes of the students, show students that they understand how they are thinking and how they are thinking can be enhanced. Element 33 relates to the three feedback questions. Where am I going? This first question relates to goals. Teachers need to know and communicate to students the goals of the lesson. Goals need to be mastery related. How am I going there? This second question relates to progress feedback. Valuable to provide rapid formative feedback. The 5 broad strategies to make learning more efficient and effective. Clarifying and sharing learning intentions and criteria for success. Engineering effective classroom discussion, questions, and learning tasks. Providing feedback that moves learners forward. Encouraging students to see themselves as the owners of their own learning, and activating students as instructional resources for one another. Where to next? Feedback can assist in choosing the next most appropriate challenges. It can lead to developing self-regulation over the learning process and greater fluency and automaticity, to learning different strategies to work on the task, to deeper understand, and to more information about what is and is not understood. So speaking of where to next, you may be wondering that question for our organization. Standards-based grading. Well, we have created an action plan from our work at the recent Standards-based Grading Conference in Iowa. We have already completed Step 1. Go us! Action Step 1 was to meet in vertical teams to develop consistency in recording and grading. Action Step 2, our next step, states that we will meet with our grade level team to create grade level practices for recording and grading. Our time frame for this is during the upcoming summer of 2016. Action Step 3 states that we will meet by grade levels to create data tracking sheets, data notebooks for students, create our gradebook, and rubrics with a time frame of completion by August 1st. We want everything ready to implement before school starts. During our work with our grade level teams, we will need to determine ways in which to assess our standards. In our planning, it will be important to incorporate Quadrant D activities from the Rigor Relevance Framework. In this quadrant, students have the competence to think in complex ways and to apply their knowledge and skills. Even when confronted with perplexing unknowns, students are able to use extensive knowledge and skill to create solutions and take action that further develops their skills and knowledge. One example of a way that third grade plans to do this is activities such as video conferencing. In Chapter 7 of our text, Upgrade Your Curriculum, we learned about a group of third graders that were going to be reading a historical fiction book, A Symphony of Wales. The teacher contacted the presenter to see if she knew anyone her class could video conference with, who could help students understand the setting of the book, which was a cold seacoast area rich with whale life. They were able to contact a class in Canada that was familiar with whales. The students were able to communicate globally to help their understanding of something usually unfamiliar to them. We have this same story in our third grade reading curriculum and feel this activity would greatly benefit our students as well. We could then build on the activity across curriculum by incorporating a writing lesson about whales. In closing, we are thankful that administration and staff are on board with this new challenge of standards-based grading. We know that this is a messy process, and now it's time for action to continue to improve instruction for our students at Hamilton Elementary. After all, Ms. Frizzle says, take chances, make mistakes, get messy.